Hello, Professor. In this first assignment, we are trying to instantiate a Cassandra instance and trying to connect it to Java using the DataSex Java driver from Eclipse. And we'll run some queries from the Java application and see the effect of those queries on the Cassandra database. So first, I have instantiated this Cassandra instance from using the Cassandra SQL shell. uh, I've created a key space named e-commerce and created a table named users. We can see the select star from users query gives the data from the table, but in this case there are zero rows right now. We'll add one row from using the Java application, and then we can check that the database is the table is updated. So in this is the import statement for the DataSex driver that helps to connect the Eclipse to the Cassandra database. First, we'll create a cluster which points to the local host, that is 127. This is the local host IP address. Uh, then we connect to the e-commerce key space, and this session.execute uh, helps to execute the query, and the query is passed as a string argument in this execute function. So this is the first query that the inserts one row in the table. The next query is the select query, gets which retrieves the data from the table where the last name is Jones. The the row is saved in this results variable, and this can be a list if the query retrieves multiple rows, then all those multiple rows will be saved in results, and then there is a for loop that iterates over the results of the uh, on the values of the results variable, and that this is the print print statement which prints this first name and age on the console. Similarly, we have the other query, that is session.execute update users set age equal to 36 where last name equal to Jones. So we are trying to update the age value in the row where the last name is equal to Jones, and then again we are executing a select query, and we'll see that the updated age is printed in the console. Next, we are trying to delete the query from the database, delete the first row from the database where the last name is equal to Jones, and we'll again execute a select query, and if this is the function that I have written, I have added, which sees that if results dot get available without fetching. So this function would get get the number of rows that are present in the results variable. If there are no rows, then this function would return 0, and then it would print that there are no rows present. If there would have been rows present, then it would print the rows in the console. So we'll try running this class, and we'll see that what results are printed on the console. So we'll run this getting started class, and this is the console. We can see that there was the value the this is the first name Bob, this is the last name Jones, and the age is 35. This row we inserted in the table, and this has been retrieved. Next select query was executed after updating the this age of the row where the last name equal to Jones. Now the age is 36, and this is the updated query that has been printed in the console. Next, when we deleted the query, this has printed this no rows present string in the console. So this is how this Java application has updated the table through queries. Uh, Now we are doing the same similar thing, but in this case we are using prepared statement and query builder functions that are present in the Java library. In this case, uh, we are seeing that if there are multiple IPs, then there might be a case that there may be a failover. And as a defense mechanism, we use this retry policy, which uses the default behavior where the query would be retried after the timeout. So in this case, even if if a node is offline and the query cannot be executed at this time, after some time that is already defined, that is the default retry policy, and it will execute the query again. In a similar way, there is this load balancing policy, uh, which specifies at which node should the query run on. This would select the node where the query would run. Uh, this token hour policy would make sure that the request goes to the node which has the data that has been that has been trying to be retrieved, or that we are trying to update. So in this case, this uh, these are duplicated values because we are using this data policy function. So we can comment these two lines, and we can see that the prepared statement class is used, and this session.prepare function is used to uh, create the query in a specific format, and we are also using the query builder, which also helps in uh, defining the query, in structuring the query without actually writing a string for it. So these are the functions that we are using, and when the queries are similar as before. We are inserting one row in the table using the insert statement and this insert query, and then we are trying to update the row, the age of the person where the last name is Jones. This is the statement for it. It says query builder dot. This is the delete. This is the statement at line number 44. Like query builder dot update. This is the key space e-commerce and the table users with. So the update function would update the users table, and it would set the age as 36. So this is how the query builder update statement works. And there is another function that is where the last name is equal to Jones. So this is how the query builder works. Similarly, it has also deleted the row where this is the query builder dot delete function. It says dot from users, that is the table name, where the last name is equal to Jones. So this is similar to the string query, but in this case it is in a more structured form, and so that if we have to run this query multiple times, we do not have to type it again and again. So for this purpose, this prepared statement and query builder is used. Now if we try to run this again, run this class, uh, we can see that this it has printed the first row, that is Bob 35, and after updating this row it has printed Bob 36. We have updated the age of Bob from 35 to 36. Now we had deleted the row from the table with this query, and that is why it has not printed the rest rows, because there was only one row in this table. So that's it.